Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. You know the phrase, I've got gray hair, I've got a gray beard, I wear glasses, I've even got a green shirt that looks just like that guy's. Again, I think he's a little better looking than me, but hey, who am I? So, welcome to episode 47. Yesterday, we left off talking about 1971, March 11th. Today's the 12th, of course. And I wanted to talk about leaving junior high school at the end and what that means for you and your summer, or what that meant for me and my summer. You know, I think I mentioned it yesterday. There's no fanfare when you leave junior high school back with my day. Okay, eighth grade's over. Boom. Now you're a freshman in high school. That's just all there was to it. And that was a year that I feel that summer I grew both, physically, because we're all growing at that age, but I also felt that I was growing emotionally and physically. Wow, can't figure that out, can you, Dave? Emotionally, and also I was becoming a little smarter in my mind. That might have meant more of a smart aleck, but I think I was changing. And it's like I could feel it. Because I was going to high school, not junior high school, I was going to high school. I felt I needed to have a little bit more of a presence in my, of who I was. And I started to gain that in those years, especially that year. Who am I? What am I going to do? It was no more of the running around like little kids do and having, playing games outside. If it was playing outside, it was that age. It's baseball, football, or for me, it was tennis, because I played a lot of tennis that summer. I had thought about getting into the high school tennis league, or a tennis team, because I was playing tennis in junior high school and enjoying it. I didn't do it. I didn't go into the high school tennis team. I wish I had. Really do. It would have been fun, I think. But if you think about it, back then, tennis was an end of the year sport, not a beginning or a middle of the year sport. So I don't know. I just wasn't into it. I was into other things, and other things being, I was loving TV, movies, things like that, and girls were coming into the picture. So there really wasn't a lot of time for that kind of thing. Yeah, I still went and I still did it. I still played tennis quite often with my friends. But you do that, and then you go and you hang out and you chit chat. It's more talking. I remember sitting around more during high school, especially my freshman summer, or the summer of my freshman year, talking more with people instead of doing other things. It was the conversations, and it was more of an adult conversation, because that's what you're doing at that age, is you're becoming an adult. But, you still do the fun things. The beach, during the summertime. I don't think we went camping that year. My mother and I did the camping. We might have, and we might have, yeah. I remember my Dad was a Boy Scout leader when my brothers were growing up, at least. And he was really big and involved in that, and became a camp leader at the Boy Scout camp in one of the Michigan Boy Scout camps. And he'd done all kinds of camping and those outdoor activities during the times when he was younger and my brothers were younger. And by the time he got to me, he was done. And he apologized to me one day. which I thought was very, very nice. He said, Dave, I'm sorry. I just don't have that in me anymore. He goes, I did. He explained it. He says, I did all that when I was younger. He goes, I'm a little older now. And granted, he was in his 40s at that time. And I understood it because he took the time to talk to me about it. But my mom was bound and determined we were going to go camping. And I heard her say one day, Bill, I don't care if you go or not. David and I are going. His mom called me David. Dad called me David most of the time, but Dave once in a while. But David and I are going camping. He deserves this. Both my brothers were older than I was. And by this point, when you're getting ready to go into high school, for me, they were already gone. Tim was in college. Paul was in college. If Paul wasn't in college, Paul was already working. And, they're not around for their younger brother anymore. And it's not that they weren't around for me. They just weren't around as much. They're living their lives. So, that's fine. But Mom and I went camping. My mother and I went camping. We go to some state campgrounds. And I remember my dad helping us pack the trunk. We practiced setting the tent up in the backyard when we got it. And, he was there. He helped us put it together, helped us take it down, made sure we knew what to do and all that kind of thing. And he was very, very helpful in those respects. Just wasn't going to go do it. And there's many reasons he didn't want to go do it. But one was he was just tired of camping. He liked sitting at home and doing the things he did at home. Well, I don't know if I'll ever tell you all the things about my father, but Dad enjoyed sitting at home in the evenings and watching television. He also had to work on Saturdays, which is usually when we went. Saturday, Friday, Saturday night, and then come home sometimes Sunday, depending upon where we were going or whether Mom was on vacation or not. So we did some camping in my my freshman year before freshman school, and I enjoyed that. I got to be really close with my mother, and we did that for a few years. And it was not just that wasn't the first year we did it. We'd done it a few years, but eventually that went away too because we just got tired of it. And I'm forever thankful to my mother for that, and I'm forever thankful for my father being the way he was and so honest with me. It can't be easy to tell your child, no, I don't want to do that anymore. It can't be. I don't see how it can. And it can't be easy to think in your head, I don't want to do that anymore, whether my kid wants it or not. So for that, I give him a lot of credit. I really do. But those are the things that were happening for me back in that time. So let's get to the new process we're doing. And instead of because I can, I feel I must, we're doing what was happening and what were things like back in that day. So in 1971, in March, the number one TV show in 1971 was All in the Family with Carol O'Connor and Maureen Stapleton. Pretty positive that's her name. The second show, the number two show, was the Flip Wilson Show. And it was a variety show. And if you don't remember Flip Wilson, folks, look him up. He was funny and hilarious. So he was hilarious. Look at that. I'm out here making up words. Number 3 was the TV drama Marcus Welby, MD. And after that, number 4 was Gunsmoke. You believe that? 5 was the ABC Movie of the Week, which they used to have a movie of the week back then. It was kind of fun to watch. Number 6 was Sanford and Son. Red Fox, boy, there's something about him, man. He really was funny. Number 7 was Mannix. It was a crime drama. Number 8 was Funny Face, and I'll be honest, I don't remember that one. I just don't. Number 9 was Adam 12. It was a half-hour police story show. And number 10 was the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And I'll tell you what, folks, kids of my age back then thought Mary Tyler Moore was a pretty hot lady. And she was. Don't get me wrong. She was. So, and it's like, okay, so on November 12th at 8 o'clock was The Nanny and the Professor, High Chaparral, and The Interns. At 8:30 was The Andy Griffith Show. Also at 8:30 was The Partridge Family and The Name of the Game. The TV movie at 9 o'clock was Harpy, Harpy. Also on was That Girl with Marlo Thomas. The Odd Couple. The Odd Couple was a great show. It was on at 9:30. At 10 o'clock, and these last couple are all ABC shows. Love American Style. Folks, if you haven't seen Love American Style, you need to look it up. It is just hilarious. Some of those skits are so corny nowadays, but it's fun. I wanted to get to one more thing before we call this a day, and that was sports. The Super Bowl, which was held on January 17th that year, not February, was the Baltimore Colts, before they moved to Indianapolis, and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Baltimore Colts did win 16-13 that year, and it was held in the Miami Orange Bowl. It's just one of those things, and I don't know why the Baltimore Colts moved to Indianapolis. I'm sure it was a money thing, but then we had a franchise team show up as the Baltimore Ravens, and there they are today. So anyways, folks, that's what I've got for today, March 12th, 2024. So don't forget, tell your friends about Gray Hair Dave. Now he's talking about what happened and some specifics back in the day. This is not just a show for baby boomers, but baby boomers, you are my avatar and my target media, or target audience. Here's your call to action today, folks. Go to the website, 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's the number 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Leave me a comment. I'll respond to you. If you want to leave a voicemail for me, there's a microphone in the bottom right-hand corner. Go ahead, click on that. Leave me your email address. Remember, I do not sell email addresses. Leave me a message. I'd be glad to hear from you. Also, folks, if your friends don't know what a podcast is, don't know how to download one, don't know how to use it, show them for me, please. And on that, you all have a great day. Bye-bye.